YouTube, what's going on? This is the Hooded Hero. Like my Iron Man hat, same one I was wearing last time, but it's for this time. Anyway, if you hear a little noise in the background, that's just my fan. I am in San Diego, so understandable, right? Anyway, I'm trying to make a little bit of a shorter video. I'm actually on a time crunch. I'm headed to Phoenix in a little bit to go see Neil deGrasse Tyson speak, which I'm pretty excited for with my brother Kevin. But anyway, I wanted to make a video on some of the Marvel trades that I have with me, at least. Um, I guess more specifically, some that I got through a job that I had. So I mentioned that I work in automotive marketing. Doing that, I do summer tours with BMW, travel the nation, doing ride and drive events with them. Um, and I was last year for my first time doing auto show for Volkswagen, and so that was fun. Anyway, while I'm here in San Diego, I am a brand ambassador, and one of the events that I got to work last week was for Google Express. Those folks were nice enough at the end of the event to give us these $25 gift cards that we could use through the Google Express site. So I took advantage of that, got some comics or some trades, and got them pretty much for free with the gift cards. Anyway, first one here is Avengers Time Runs Out Volume 1 by Jonathan Hickman and Company. I'm sure you guys have seen this cover. Pretty much recent. I believe this was the main lead up title. Of course it was. Anyway, it was the main lead up title to Secret Wars and Battle World that just went on last year. It was a huge event. Obviously, people have mixed feelings about it, but shoot, watching some of the videos that Comics Explained, went through, I mean, that's definitely still a book, a trade that I'm looking forward to getting in and actually reading myself. That's one thing about me. I guess you'll find out is that I can learn spoilers, especially when it comes to Marvel stuff. I can learn spoilers about anything and still be just as excited to watch or read or whatever it is. But anyway, pretty pumped to read this one. Yeah, so on the back you see Odin's son and Hyperion, Starbrand. Anyway, Ex Nihilo over here, badass. Another one that I'm definitely the most excited to read. Two of these I read already, one halfway, but the one I'm most excited to read is Doctor Strange: The Oath, which was written in 2006 by Brian K. Vaughan. Um, numerous top 10 Doctor Strange titles. Has been on there. And one thing that really pulls me in about it is the artwork on the cover. So I mean, Doctor Strange, he's mystical. He's, extra dimensional, and all that stuff is really fascinating. It's stuff we don't know about, so it's a lot of things that we're curious to know. Like a lot of these other heroes, I mean, granted, they're not grounded in reality per se, but they have an element to them that's like, oh, it's not very different than some other characters. But these are things that the things he does is things we just don't know about, and so I think that's what makes him intriguing, at least to me. But anyway, yeah, I believe this story is about his assistant Wong. I believe Wong has cancer. Wong gets cancer. Uh, yeah, I'm actually reading the back as I'm showing you this. But oh, I didn't. Brian K. Vaughan wrote Runaways and Why the Last Man, which I heard is a very good book as well. But anyway, yeah, I believe one of the stories in here, at least, or part of the story, is that Wong gets cancer and he has to set out, or he has to try and make things right in his Sanctum Sanctorum with all that going on, as well as solving this murder that's you would think would be easy for him, but obviously there's something else involved. Okay, so the three books I'm going to show you now I've had for a little while. This one I actually got from a good friend of mine, Corey Cortez, who lives down the street. Awesome dude. Shout out to you, Corey. um, for Christmas or for my birthday, 3 months apart, but I'm forgetting. Anyway, it was exciting. New, yeah, New Avengers Illuminati. Okay, this is a hardcover, and it's Brian Michael Bendis. I believe this one's only 4 issues. I only read it halfway so far, but I mean, how do you not get excited over Iron Man, Professor X, Black Bolt, Namor, all these Doctor Strange getting together to solve things? That's a book you want to read. Some of the more popular characters just being as badass as all hell. Yeah, and so this one's definitely set after World War Hulk, after Planet Hulk, after they did all that. Way after Civil War, obviously. Um, they are trying to find the Infinity Stones, I believe, to get rid of them. And one of them starts to consume Mr. Fantastic a little bit, and so they're kind of watching him, and uh, a whole bunch of that going on. Still got to finish that one. I mean, I have so much stuff that I'm showing you guys, and I just haven't read yet, and that's kind of hypocritical of me. When in the last video I told you I love reading my stuff, which I do. Anyway, I'll save this one for last, but Age of Ultron, the complete set, the complete main set, another Brian Michael Bendis. The guy can do no wrong, seriously. But anyway, Age of Ultron, a lot of people thought it was subpar. I gotta admit, I thought it was kind of this. I kind of thought the same thing. It was kind of anticlimactic at the end, to me anyway. Maybe I just got to read it again. I don't know, but the thought that, spoilers if you haven't read it or whatever, but anyway, the idea that Ultron was operating from a different time period and directly affecting the Avengers in their time period, like almost like a direct link. It wasn't like he was just pawning everything. He was actually doing stuff to them in his time in the future. And yeah, it was. Or I just said it was a great book, or I'm about to say that. Anyway, it was a good book, good artwork anyway. So read that one. And then the last one here, of course everyone knows, and I know my brother Buckshot 33. I know you want the actual the collection series, the collection of single issues. But when I was in Philadelphia 2 springs ago, yeah, I picked up the Infinity Gauntlet, which is obviously widely regarded as one of the best, or at least one of the most well-known stories Marvel has. Every Marvel superhero you can think of pretty much is in this story. I gotta say, when I finished it, it didn't really excite me, but I guess the fact that, or the idea that the writers had, who wrote this game? Oh, George Starlin. No, not George Starlin. Yes, Jim Starlin. Sorry, Jim Starlin. I got it confused. Jim Starlin wrote it, and George Perez, who everyone knows, George Perez and Ron Lim did the artwork. It was just a big deal because it was Thanos doing whatever he wants. Like, he could literally do whatever he wants, but somehow there was no way that all these, with the Infinity Gauntlet in his possession, there was no way, absolutely no way, all these heroes could do anything about anything. If Thanos really wanted to, he could have just wiped out everything. But in order to make this a complete book, like a good book, I guess, I'm not really sure of the motive, but what made it good, I think, in my eyes and in some people's eyes, is that Thanos was acting out of emotion, which is something I'm sure we can all relate to. You know, like I said, he could have literally wiped everything out in an instant and just tried to be with death, the mistress death, for the rest of his, for the rest of eternity. But he didn't. Why? I'm forgetting why, actually. Anyway, yeah, he was really just he was acting out on emotion. And I'm honestly forgetting how it ended. It was 2 years ago that I read it. But some of the old art, just looking back, and I guess when I was reading it, I didn't really appreciate. I like a lot of the new artwork and a lot of the artists, like the modern artists, and their take on things and how they portray action and all this, emotions on faces and just lines and bold lines and coloring and all this. The older artworks, I just can't have an appreciation for. But George Perez was awesome with this. I mean, look at this page right here with some of the galactic forces and some of the galactic entities. Look at that, the universal entities. It's awesome. It literally took every single person to try and take down Thanos. Hulk was nothing. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. I really I really have to get going, I guess. I kind of prolonged having to do things for as long as I could. Yeah, so that's my video. Shout out to all my new subscribers. I didn't take time to write down your names and remember them, but some of them, everyone who subscribed, all my friends that are supporting me, everyone on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and whatever. I haven't announced it on Snapchat or anything, but yeah, if you want to follow me on any of that, I will be actually in the description, like a pro YouTuber. Anyway, yeah, shout out to all you guys. Simplified Comic Guy, Spectacular Spider Grandpa. Yeah, Spectacular Spider Grandpa. Mr. White Gloves. I'll try and get some gloves. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hooded Hero. See you guys later.